everyone, my name's Alec. I'm a photographer and filmmaker based in the San Francisco Bay Area. I've had a few questions on how I get my photos from my camera onto Instagram. So this is just my general workflow of how I get them from my Mac through Lightroom onto my phone and edit them through VSCO or Lightroom Mobile. So this is my general workflow on how I edit photos. So let's get started. Okay, so here we are in Lightroom, and this is the photo that I want to edit and then put on Instagram. So let's just dive into it. I want sort of a black and white gritty feel, and I really like grit in a lot of my photos, depending on the tone, but right now I'm feeling grit for this specific shot. So I want it in black and white, but you see the white, it's too blown out, the bridge. So I'm going to bring down the exposure just a little bit. Now bring up the contrast. I don't want too much though. I still want detail on that bridge. I like to bring up the clarity a lot, which will bring out a lot more detail in the bridge, and that's already starting to look a lot better. This is going to be a very easy, simple edit, just because it's black and white, and I don't normally put in a lot of effort for black and white. I just kind of go with how I want it to look. Let's bring no too much. It's fine. Shadows down a little bit, not too much. Still want that detail again. But if you just look in here, look at all that detail. Look at all those studs on the Golden Gate. It's incredible. Shadows, did that. Bring that back down. Whites, bring those up a little bit, not too much. Definitely not that much. If you don't already know, this was very early in the morning, and it's San Francisco, so San Francisco is incredibly foggy. We're very famous for its fog, so it's just engulfed in fog right now. That's what all the background of it is. Otherwise it would have been blue skies, but unfortunately not. Okay, so that's looking pretty good, but I'm not going to crop it, but I need to adjust it a little bit because it's a little crooked. Seems like I'm always 2 degrees off. It's very strange in all my photos. So I'm liking how this turned out. Maybe a little less contrasty, just a little bit. That's fine. That'll do good. And then bring down those whites just a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Alright, great. So now a lot of people use Dropbox or Google Drive. I personally don't like to do that, so I'm just going to export it and I'll show you what I do. So let's use, I have to choose where I want to put this. San Francisco SF Foggy. My file naming is very bad. So bridge BW. That's what I do. So I export it as a JPEG, all this stuff. Booyah, just onto my external hard drive. Now, this is kind of where it differentiates. I use AirDrop, so I have to find that file. Let's go to where I save it, SF Foggy. Did I save it and edited? I did. Okay, good. So now I use AirDrop, and I use AirDrop for a few reasons. One, it's the fastest way to get it onto my phone, and the other reason is because it doesn't degrade the image as much as Dropbox or Google Drive does, because it sends, with Google Drive and Dropbox, it sends it through their system, then you have to download it, which even degrades it even more. So there's a lot less degrading of the actual image going on. So now that we have the edited photo off of my Mac from Lightroom, I'm going to edit it in VSCO a little bit just to do a little touch up. So we're still not finished, we still have just a little bit left, but it's not that difficult at all. So let's just go onto my phone, go into the VSCO app, and this is my library right here. You can see, add the photo. Okay, good, and it's right here. Really, VSCO is really easy to use, super simple, awesome app. Definitely one of my favorite photo editing apps for mobile. I'm really excited how this photo turned out. I think it looks awesome. So I have a lot of filters for VSCO just because I bought a lot of them and some of them are free, but I'm not a fan of putting filters on an edited photo, just because I don't see the point of it. So I'm actually just going to skip this. I'm going to click this and go to the wrench icon. This is where I can adjust exposure if I want to, contrast, clarity, stuff like that. Now, I'm not really going to do much in here except for crop and adjust the sharpness. Now, like I said, AirDrop, it doesn't harm the image as much as Google Drive or Dropbox, but it still does, you know, desaturate the quality a little bit. So I kind of want to get some of that quality back, so I'm going to bring up the sharpness, zoom in here just to see how much I want. So I like to go all the way sometimes just to see what it looks like. And I mean, I don't like that. So normally I go about 2, 3 sharpen, you know, not much, just because past that doesn't really help. So I think I'm good with sharpness there. Since this is going to be on Instagram, it needs to be square format. So right here, I'm going to go to the crop. And then, that's weird. Why does it do that? There we go. That was really strange. There we go. So center it a little bit. Booyah. So I like that. I like how that's looking. And you can see one of the cool things in VSCO is you can see on an edited photo, you can adjust the sharpness, or you can adjust any previous edits you made. So if I want to get rid of the crop, I can do that. Or if I want to get rid of the sharpness, you know, I can do all that. So let's just go back down, crop that one more time. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm ready to just edit in, or go straight into Instagram and just upload it. So I'm gonna go here, then, and what's nice in VSCO is you can just have it go straight into Instagram. You don't need to save it to your camera roll or anything. It can just go straight into Instagram. Preparing, great. Open an Instagram. And there you have it. That's how I edit and post my Instagram photos. This is just my general editing workflow for Instagram. I do this every time. I like to edit on Lightroom instead of on VSCO or Lightroom Mobile, unless if I have my computer or if I'm actually editing a photo that I took with my actual camera. If it's just for my iPhone, VSCO or Lightroom Mobile will do absolutely fine. So I love those editing apps, and I like how I can edit in Lightroom and then still optimize it for mobile in VSCO. It's really, really great. I love it. So that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments what you liked, what you didn't like, anything you want to see in the future. And yeah, I will see you guys later. Bye.